Okay. Constituency in Ghana. Honorable Sam George, what's to say? I know, okay, Honorable Sam George, stop it. Honorable Dr. Zenator Ajima Rawlings, MP, Likee constituency. Honorable, adesye nyina, Ghana fo nyina say akwaba.
I'm a member of Shapa.
I feel competent.
I feel we member.
I feel the whole year.
Say a member of Shapa.
Yeah.
We'll blouse ED. Anyway, we'll blouse.
So we should be alright. We have said yes, sit here. I like that. There's honorable punchline in here, Jayo. Now, Likee you remember home. Yanka Sam for Kumasi on Kakra. A young one, Miss Omebet my video no area chair photo screen so. A young one, Doma, a poor bad mountain. Wabra His Excellency John Mahamane, NDC in Penny for was anti national level. Bois, a man for Yantia, what 24-hour economy, and 90. A young one, a Doma, a Piaba Bonti. Kumasi, stronghold of the MPP.
Let me say. Oh, yeah, fun to say a stronghold in we can't penetrate the area. But if you go back to the 80s, the 90s now, Obekaya under PNDC and under President Rawlings and the first NDC government, lots of the major infrastructure, especially with regards to roads, it started there. Because if you look geographically, Bebia Kumasi Wono, more or less where all of the commerce was going through or emanating from. That road infrastructure needed to happen in order to open the country up.
Yeah.
Near March, it's a goods would have safe and easier passage from the north through to the south and vice versa. Historically, a lot of inroads have been made. And then subsequently, the infrastructure that was added by Professor Mills as well as President Mahama. The fact is, well, in the end, your work speaks for itself. People may choose to decide, say, be a memory, but the reality is,
yeah.
Na say obi foforo abana ni pakro no say obeye bia chen de wo beye no. Na bia watwen ya wonhu hwe. Say wa nkasa wonhu say na de na ni pakro no oya ma ono e ya de pana na oya ma. Na wahu say sometimes the way people may wrongly or differently judge Ebi Ashanti for maybe we all need to look at it once again. Let us not just assume things. One who say MPP a woman stronghold any Ashanti mining teacher say that is the end of that. No. Because President Mahama
good question.
But the reality is they are all part of this country we call Ghana. But the fact that Abia, you hold yourself with your pride, say me identity me Ghana ni but me Ashanti me does not mean that you have to be Abia attacked. Maybe we just need to look at the approach that we are using, our strategy for campaigning in the Ashanti region. You need to look at it differently. I'm saying I will say a share because you see you can't use the same approach that you are using in other regions. As no baby ane womo said your strategy will be using a campaign woman. And perhaps maybe some of the things we need to do is actually anyway, mommy. But
say ye nanti krom na ya church amanfo ya twa amanfo adwen si John Mahama say ya work as a 24-hour economy working. E ade e bebu ama amanfo wa santimantem ate the NDC ginama ene the NDC deba.
And no nshase. But there has to be, messaging be simple, easy to understand, easy to share. Weno is to raise the awareness. Now we need to make sure that we are sustaining that. Said be a one more ebia one more same who are they around the stage of the walk, and now who were not around, will be able to have access to the messaging. Very easy, very straightforward. And you're so technical, I so intangible to the person. Into my mom, dear, as I see it, it's a beginning, and it's a very good beginning. And if we can maintain some momentum now, I'm saying we'll do quite well.
Social expectations, we're final one. Social expectations, the analysis be na a bit more ye. Wabra minia wisdom headed to my new more kasa. Bako kasa and no say, or no, mindset you may canino, a brand no yen demoni nano. Then Messi cat nephew, Messi cat no more. Does it give you an idea? Say, at least I'm out for an idea of the 24-hour economy, no, a bit my yamo wana.
I think so, but the fact of the matter is, I would say that comes with time. Once we understand how we're going to execute it, because there are different aspects to it. You know, BB to say the cost of electricity, you know, was to say, you know, if we don't look at that aspect, you know, in terms of the industrial aspect of it, how differently are we putting the rates for, you know, the companies are, we're hoping that they will run these kinds of shifts, you know, so that it makes it, you know, cost effective.
Yeah.
Because company BA new was so man options say on your 24 hour, not the environment is reasonable. Obey, but say nyemamu and easy, not just at the end of it. Say they sit here. Now you run at a loss. One more year. I know that there's a lot of wisdom and strategic thinking that has gone into this, and all of these factors have been also considered. I think really say idea people are interested in doing. Because at the end of the day, if we don't have an all of country approach, getting out of this mess will be difficult. All of country approach, which means say the baby and a government in government institutions in that must participate in the nation building and the fixing of this. But the leadership, NDC, that is what will give the guidance on how the rest of the country can be a part of the solution. Because at the end of the day, as I always say, so what the BB pa baby, one of my work on must be part of it. Going to me, mom, can say, okay, we're coming to fix it and we're doing it for you. There be the involvement, the buy-in of one of my ekasa, you know, is what will make it succeed. And see, for me, I think this is a good way of making this whole information accessible to the public and to make it tangible. Because there be a 24-hour economy now, and then Facebook and then social media. Right. So now we are not actually going out. That personal interaction now, it makes it not so easy for you to break it down. A best bedroom points, you know, when you need people to just automatically understand the basics, it makes it difficult because what but at this point I started weighing momentum, the way it's picking up, and in Kumasi, you know how it is. It's a good sign.
but evidentially, may back to argument that we raised a while ago. Say, was say yes, I rethinking about said ye Ashanti my na manual say many said ye I'm for secret say why stronghold MPP. Evidentially, no, ye tuaba a man do na a MPP afemo. I don't know my for dreams up. But they a 90 year or man 90, Obi send a message on Facebook say, a woman MPP for heart attack. For the optics,
of course, definitely. Because I mean, at the end of the day, so we should dom now, we am show. So if you're not in support of it, we am show. But in reality, I think I'm saying about a year and a half ago. Branch. No, I'm saying almost 2 years ago. Started the reorganization within the party. Started branch elections in Sano. I think on a few public platforms, even the then General Secretary and now or chairman was talking about the fact that, you know, in some of the places I wore a Ashanti region, some of our branches were non-existent. So if your branches are non-existent, please tell me how you can monitor a situation and let the you know all the excitement translate into votes.
That's right.
So in America say, unless you have a real clear strategy, I would say yes, we have people. How do we make sure that the people can go and vote? How can we make sure we protect their votes? If you don't have that in place and you're not keeping an eye on it, it's not magic. There's a science to elections. All I'm saying and I say, everything that we've seen is because ABI, Yafano say, votes, let's focus elsewhere. It's time to understand that our focus must be on the whole country because the whole country is suffering. And in so doing, so one who said, baby, are now would drain say only votes, one who say failure, you are getting support, then you must make sure so support now war now. What do we need? The optics must translate into tangible votes come December 7th. Awesome.
Dr. Zenator Ajman Rollins, Honorable Member of Parliament, Mandishia War, Kolekote Empesua, so the coolest constituency in Ghana. Or no, Yanene Chichin Commando Pay with Jabba Power 97.9 and a TV XYZ. Live on Facebook or Dr. Zenator Ajima Rollins Facebook page. Live on Facebook or Power 979 TV XYZ Ghana. YouTube XYZ broadcasting. Doc, one case on Pesua, ya your way. Any no may be an answer. Yedi and Yehu, Yedi Aswat to say, oh, you. And Ranami Busa Krakofida was over Fiabusa say. 2 hours per year, South tomorrow. 18 when Yabriana. And as there's a genuine interest, person Puntro about Peswaso.
I would say maybe what is happening differently, and I say we are showing more of what we've been doing. Yamana and I start here. I'm say, I bear to say, yeah, you call around and Profobisa say, oh, Yamaya was away, ye entire you know, our social media, so your entire our page. So, Inti, Amaya who say we shouldn't just leave it and assume, say, yeah, Jumano dear, and no. So, we're making more of an effort to show the things that we've done. But, and yes, say, I feel Nayasha, yeah, and Yamana dear, say, this is not the first time, Mabaha, ya born near my home, come on. Inti, I think you know that over the years, say, idea. Yen train fun say elections because at the end of the day a DNT now far a juma way and crofo ato abama say the so more na ye dear was all ye in our case no, or let me say specifically myself no and ya dear media show keke because it's quite expensive to put things together inti so obey bibisa you must budget for it. There must be clarity in what your plan is. Then you can execute and just say, oh, sorry, now a baby, me who baby, I'm sick and free. I can't speak to that. But personally, no, in order to be able to plan, you must also have the budget and a forecast of the opposite of the year.
That's right.
Wow. Debbie, it's not for elections. The idea we had a plan on what it was that we needed to do based on a needs assessment. Because at the end of the day, BBI may is based on idea yene nkofo abonkomo yakoran yehu baby a one more challenges ne mano sa. Ye jina no so e de ye de nti so for example the ye wo I don't know whether to start with a health screening na ye wo just round the corner here. Nkrofo frɛ ho abeweku na so omomo ete ho no empasa di no Newz na a very deprived community. Emma says we started working there a long time ago. I mean very very early on before I even started campaigning towards the seat for parliament. That the first dredging was the first since the 80s or 90s that was done. Main lagoon. Yes.
Wow.
That was not because I was looking for votes. I call why and says this place used to have a better appearance and could we do something to help? And so for me, said say so for baby na adi be go and na eni say edahwa.
Yeah.
You don't walk past it.
That's right.
You know, if you have it in your capacity to fix whatever it is, you must do something. To me, at least see if there's a way that we can correct it. But in your idea, you genuinely want to help. Now, this is the situation. If you can, then you do something. And see, we started off there with some of the big projects. And they were getting a lot of flooding because at the time, before you could cross over you had to cross the lagoon to get to the other side. Said the nice city no. You talk a crabia na a cutty of sa area into we did a drain. You know, it's a huge double drain and with a bridge. And passage into that particular community I am much easier. And whether it rains or not, you can still use that area. Just say you pick the communities, you understand what their needs are.